right, everyone. Hopefully you can see me now. Welcome to today's class again. We're doing speaking part 1. We just had an interesting technical issue between the encoding software and YouTube. Nothing I can do about that except restart everything and fix it. Hi, just run. Hi, El Papi. Hi, Pedrum. Had to, that was a new kind of an error in the system. Interesting. Hi, Ferdovs. All right, everyone. So again, we're looking at speaking part 1, and we're just getting into it. Here we go. I can see a lot of people hung in there, and you were patient. Good for you. By the way, that is a vital skill for success on the exam. Don't give up. Stay with it. Keep pushing forward. It's a very good trait to be successful on the IELTS. So yeah, there's something between YouTube and the encoding software, some kind of a glitch. It happens. That's life. All right, so let's go to the next question. May I see your identification? Give me a nice full sentence answer for this one, okay? Again, practice this answer lots in different ways so that you sound natural and fluent right from the beginning of the speaking interview. So, next question, may I see your identification? And Marasa says, yes, sir, this is my passport. Please have a look. Good, Marasa. Alexis San Gabriel says, sure, here you are. Jaskaran Singh says, yes, here it is. Murad says, sure, here you go. Yekstan says, yes, certainly. So lots of different ways to answer this question. That's great, okay? Use different ways to answer. So, may I see your identification? Yes, absolutely. Here is my passport. This is what I used for registration. Please take a look. Okay. So repeat after me. May I see your identification? Yes, absolutely. Here is my passport. This is what I used for registration. Please take a look. I like this phrase, this is what I used for registration, or which I used to register for the exam, because it clearly shows the examiner that you've practiced, you prepared for this test, you know what's coming, and that already gives confidence to the examiner to maybe give you a better score, okay? So, again, express yourself, be clear. The reason why, of course, is because the examiner will match your identification number with the number they have on their marking sheet. So it has to be the same identification. Okay? All right. And then the next question. Where do you live? So the examiner will say, the speaking has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each. For part 1, just a few questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. Where do you live? Okay. Now again, give a nice, full sentence answer. Ishlam, no, this is not too long of an answer. It's a very clear answer for this question. Okay. Marasa says, I live with my parents on the 4th floor of City Tower, which is in F sector, just behind Margala Mall. Very nice answer, Marasa. Nice description. Okay. Awaz Akhmedov says, well, I live in an enormous apartment with 4 rooms, which is located in downtown Navai. Very nice, Awaz. Taylor Reese says, I live in my house. I think that's a little bit too simple. The examiner cannot tell if you have good English skills when you keep it that simple, so you want to be more expressive. Ferdovs Nabiev says, I have been living the last 10 years in St. Petersburg. It is located in the northwestern part of Russia on the Nava River. Ferdovs, really nice showing your knowledge of present perfect grammar right away. And Ferdovs, you can take that one step further, make it natural by using a contraction for I have. So you can say, I've been living. Just make sure you enunciate. I've been living the last 10 years in St. Petersburg, which is located in the northwestern part of Russia on the Neva River. Very nice. Okay. All right. Yekstan says, I'm residing in Bathrinda, Punjab. It is a popular place because of... Yekstan, don't talk about why it's popular. I'm not asking you that. So just answer the question. Sometimes students ask, is it too long? Is it too short? It's too long if you go off topic and you talk about ideas I didn't ask you about. But as long as you stay on topic and you're fluent, it's correct to say the residence where you live, so your apartment or your house, and the city, right? So for the past 2 years, I've been living in a 2-bedroom flat with my wife and daughter in the heart of Budapest, which is, of course, the capital city of Hungary. Okay? So, here we go. This would be your nice high-level Band 9 answer, and I'll explain why in just a moment. So, where do you live? Repeat after me. For the past 2 years, I've been living in a 2-bedroom flat with my wife and daughter in the heart of Budapest, which is, of course, the capital city of Hungary. That's your Band 9 response for the following reasons, okay? Just like for Dobbs, I'm using complex grammar, so nice grammar range right away. This is present perfect progressive, okay, so PPP. It's present perfect progressive. I have been living, ing, okay? I'm using descriptive quantitative language, 2-bedroom flat, okay? With who? With my wife and daughter. Where? In the heart of Budapest. Look how many questions I'm answering with this one statement. The heart of Budapest, of course, that's idiomatic language. And it's nice and natural, okay? You don't have to use complex idioms in your speaking, but you do need to use some natural idiomatic language, okay? And then notice here, which is, so I'm using an adjective clause, okay? So this response has a lot of nice grammar elements. It's using natural language, and most importantly, it's accurately answering the question of where I live. Okay, it's a very accurate answer for the question of where do I live. All right, so that's your goal for the next questions that we will cover in today's class. I just released a new video in HD on the channel, which is 5 big secrets for the IELTS exam for 2020. And one of those secrets, for many of you who watched it, is coherence, meaning how easy it is to understand your responses. That's the most important concept for speaking and writing. Your coherence score is much, much more important than any other component. Okay, so focus on really good coherence. All right, so strategy, focus on coherence, complex grammar, and giving clear, accurate, detailed responses. All right, that's what we're going to target today. And then the examiner might ask you, what do you like about your home? So what do you like about your home? Give me a nice full sentence answer for that question. Okay? What do you like about your home? Omar Shafee says, the best thing I like about my house is its private garden that allows me to do different outdoor activities such as barbecuing, gardening, and playing some games with my family members. Omar, that's a really good answer. Just a couple small points to make it even better. Don't use the word thing, students, okay? Always practice avoiding the word thing. It has zero value, okay? So the best part of my house, Omar, or the best aspect or the best area that I like about my house is the private garden that allows me to do different activities. So I would say the better word, Omar, instead of thing, is area. Okay, the best area that I like about my house is the private garden in the back. All right. Now, the other point, Omar, where you can improve that response is give a really quick, smooth example. Just the other day, I made some fantastic steaks on the barbecue, just yesterday. Okay, that will make it that much better. Ferdovs Nabiev, our member, says, I love my house because not only is it located in the heart of the city, but it is also a modern design. So it has many amenities, including a gym, cinema, free parking, and barbecue. Wow, even a cinema, Ferdovs, not bad. Okay. Pedram says, what I really love about my house is not only is it located 600 meters away from a subway station, which connects me to the rest of the city, but also I love my bedroom, which is comfortable enough for me to study English online from AE Help. Thanks, Pedram, for that advertising plug. It's a good answer, Pedram. I really like how you're using complex grammar, showing condition. What I really like about my home is, and then not only, but also, so you're using correlative conjunctions. That's fantastic. Okay, so there are several aspects that I enjoy about my residence. Firstly, the high 12-foot ceilings, and also that it's southeast facing, so it's bright most of the day. All right. So here's my answer. There are several aspects that I enjoy about my residence. Firstly, the high 12-foot ceilings, and also that it's southeast facing, so it's bright most of the day. Okay. Again, notice a couple points. I'm including a couple answers. I'm paraphrasing. So instead of like, I use the word enjoy. Instead of the word apartment or live, I use the word residence, showing my lexical resource. Okay. Also, I'm using quantitative language. So I don't just say high ceilings, but I say high 12-foot ceilings. All right. I really, really want to encourage all of you to use numbers in your answers. That will increase your coherence, your clarity, and it will give more detail, okay? One of the fastest ways to earn an extra half band in the speaking section for most candidates is to include quantitative language. So I really want you to focus in your next answers on including some numbers, some clear numbers into your answers, okay? All right, students, if I didn't catch your comment, don't worry, I will catch different students at different times for different questions, so just keep pushing and going forward. Here we go. Part one, let's talk about ball games. Now, make sure you pay attention to these kinds of words from the examiner. So let's talk about ball games, not just games, but in this case, we're specifically focusing on ball games. So games using a ball. All right. Give me some nice answers for the questions coming up. What is the most popular ball game in your country? Give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. What is the most popular ball game in your country? And again, include some quantitative information, okay? Lakshmi Karki says, in my nation, football is the most popular sport. From childhood to old age, many are keen on playing this game. Lakshmi Karki, what's your nation? Where are you from? I don't know. Students, always be specific. So in Saudi Arabia, in Brazil, in Argentina, okay? Name your country when somebody asks about your country, even if it's in your country, okay? Kim Balasa says, I think since I've lived in Southeast Asia, specifically in the Philippines, the most popular ball games we have here is basketball. Very good, Balasa. So now I know, Kim, that you are in the Philippines, and the most popular ball game in the Philippines is basketball. How many people play it? How many people watch it? Give me numbers, okay? Give me numbers. I want to see some numbers in your answers. All right. Davronjan Minovarjanov, there are a plethora of ball games ranging from handball to football. The most well-known ball game in Uzbekistan is, of course, football. I think, in fact, our team has won a couple of prizes. Davranjan, it's not bad, but you're kind of going off topic. You're not really specifically, directly answering the question. Students, I really want you to directly answer questions. It's one of the most important steps you can take to improve your band scores and get a higher band score. Okay, so strategy 2, be very direct with your answers, explanations, and examples. Okay? So here is a sample 9 response that I would give. Okay? Definitely the most adored ball game in Hungary is football. I would say that one of every 2 kids ages 3 and up play at least a couple of hours of football each week. In fact, yesterday there were at least 4 football matches on TV as I was surfing channels. Now, some of you might think, Adrian, isn't that answer too long? No. As long as I say this fluently, it's a perfect band 9 answer. Why? All of what I'm saying is targeting the question, okay? So what is the most popular ball game in your country? That's the question. Every element, every part of my answer answers that question with numbers, right? So repeat after me. Definitely the most adored ball game in Hungary is football. I would say that one of every 2 kids ages 3 and up play at least a couple hours of football each week. In fact, yesterday there were at least 4 football matches on TV as I was surfing the channels. Okay? Natural language, complex grammar, quantitative language, direct answer, explanation, example. That's what you want to do. Okay? That's what you want to focus on. That's what I would like to see in your answers. All right? Erfanullah Mohammadi says, there are more ball games in my country. Each country has a national ball game. I like the ball game, which is Bozkashi in my country, which is more people in the city. I like it too. Erfanullah, all over the map. That would be like a band 4.55 response. So again, focus on these direct answers. Vanessa says, in Brazil, the most popular ball game is soccer. There are many championships throughout the year, and they are always very lively with thousands of fans. In Brazil, we have a saying, football is not just a game, it's life. Right, Vanessa? I believe there's a saying like that, something similar. And not just in Brazil, but in a couple of countries in South America, that football is not just a game, it's life. That's how much football is loved in the South American continent. All right. Russian Bear says, irrefutably, one of the most popular ball games in my country is football, since we have the best team in the world recently. We won the World Cup championship. Russian Bear, I'm guessing you're from Russia. Okay, make sure that you mention that in your answer. All right. Okay, students, let's keep going. Next question. Which is your favorite ball game? Give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. Okay. Hikmatillo, yes, you can use idioms, but again, don't use complex idioms. Students make mistakes with those too often. It's confusing. Use simple idiomatic language, Hikmatillo. Okay. So not full idiomatic phrases. All right. Marasa Baraki says, basketball is my number one choice when it comes to ball games. I play this game on weekends with my siblings in City Park. Just last Saturday, I played with them for 3 hours and enjoyed it a lot. Marasa, that would be a band 9 answer. I tuned it a little bit, but that was a really nice answer. Okay, you answered, explained, gave me an example. Awaz Akhmedov says, well, my favorite ball game, I would say, is football. Not only because it's one of the most played and watched games in the world, but it helps me relax and get rid of stress. Okay, Awaz, good. When did you last play, Awaz? Give me an example. Russian Bear says, I'm from Lebanon. Okay, good, Russian Bear. So you have to say that, right? You have to say Lebanon has one of the best teams in the entire world, and then definitely football is the most popular. Juan Pablo Avila says, my favorite ball game to watch is soccer because it's really entertaining and I can learn a lot about strategy by watching and analyzing the game. When it comes to playing, I prefer volleyball because I'm good at it. Okay? So you have a different ball game that you like to watch, Juan Pablo, and a different one that you like to play. That's great. I loved your explanation. That was good. That was original. Originality is very important for high band scores. You can't just sound like you're a robot memorizing answers. Okay, it has to be natural. And you have some good grammar range, Juan Pablo, so that's nice. Okay. Nabeen Regmi says, well, that's an interesting question. My favorite ball game is cricket because I play cricket every day. Last Saturday, I played a game in my league and we won. Okay, Nabeen, that's good. Again, students, copy my intonation and enunciation. Okay? All right. Rajveer Singh says, I enjoy playing cricket because it is not only an exercise but also provides me with opportunity to enjoy the company of my friends. Yesterday, I played cricket for 3 hours with my siblings. Very nice, Rajveer. Say that smoothly, fluently, clearly, and you'll get a band 9. Amira Sadek says, however, football is the most common. I enjoy basketball the most since I used to play it for 5 years. Now I play with my brother as often as I can. Amira, nice. In this case, Amira, I would start the sentence with even though. So in natural speech, when we're about to express an opposition, even though is more common in this case. And even in the writing, I would use even though. So even though football is the most common game in my country, I enjoy basketball the most. Yeah. And Amira, you're very similar to me because I'm the same. So even though football is the most loved game in Hungary, my favorite ball game is basketball, as I've played it for many years. I love, or I like, because I've used the word love, I like that it is fast paced and uses my hands rather than my feet. In fact, I just played a great game of hoops last Saturday for a couple of hours with my friends. All right. So here is my high band answer, and taking some elements from different students. Here we go. Even though football is the most loved game in Hungary, this is nice because I'm making a connection to my last answer, right? The last question was, what is the most popular game in my country? And I said in Hungary, it's football. Now I'm referencing that answer. So I'm saying, even though football is the most loved game in Hungary, my favorite ball game is basketball, as I've played it for many years. Again, notice the present perfect, contracted. I've played it for many years. And then I explain why. I like that it is a fast-paced game. So I like that it's fast-paced and uses my hands rather than my feet. In fact, I just played a great game of hoops last Saturday for a couple of hours with my friends. That's my smooth flowing example. I'm being specific with the day, Saturday. I'm even using a little bit of slang idiomatic language. Another way to say basketball is game of hoops. Okay, game of hoops. So, let's go to the next question. Where can you play ball games in your area? Give me a nice full sentence answer to that question. Where can you play ball games in your area? Okay. Ferdovs says, I can not only play in my backyard where there's green grass, but also at the stadium, which is located about half a kilometer from my house. 500 meters, it's okay for Dobbs. I think half a kilometer, a little bit faster, more natural. Okay. And for Dobbs, use affirmative language. I can not only play in my backyard. We would probably say backyard instead of garden, students. So a yard is, the difference between a yard and a garden, a yard has lawn, which is green grass for most of it. A garden has lots of flowers, maybe a pond, some trees, shrubs, bushes. Okay, that's a garden. If you have green grass, especially a lot of green grass, not so many trees and such, then that would be a yard. Okay, backyard, front yard. All right. Usually kids play football in their backyard or in their front yard. All right. Swaint Dop says, in my neighborhood, football can be played on the local football pitch with other people who love playing that game. Also, one can play basketball there because there is a court and hoops. Okay, so that's called a basketball hoop, backboard. Okay, and the actual area is called a basketball court. And Swaint, very nice use of the word pitch. So American, Canadian English, we say football field. Australian, British, New Zealanders say football pitch. Okay, different vocabulary there. Whether you say football field or football pitch, both are okay. For basketball or volleyball, it's called a court. Basketball court. Okay. All right. Kyobil Kohramanov says there is a big variety of choices to pick from. For instance, there are immense stadiums where there are excellent opportunities besides specialized areas where basketball or volleyball can be played. Kilbil, not bad, but I'm wondering, are you answering the question? The question is in your area. Use the question in your answers, okay? I'm looking specifically for words like neighborhood, in my neighborhood, or community, in my community, close to my house, in the near proximity, in the close vicinity. These are the words the examiner is listening for to give those high band scores, okay? I'll make a list of those. So a native speaker would use words like in my neighborhood, close to my home, in the near proximity of my flat, in close vicinity to my home. Okay? These are the ways that you would want to start your response here. Okay? So repeat after me. In my neighborhood, close to my home, in the near proximity to my flat, in close vicinity to my home. Okay? Those are natural, accurate ways to respond or start responding to this question. Okay? So that's what I'm looking for. That's your direct answer. Nabin Rejmi says, well, I play cricket at Tinkoon Field, which is located in Coachsware and near my house. Also close to the home of several of my friends. Okay. Pavan says, although my suburban area has both public and private fields, I prefer to go to the private indoor arena, where I have my own space. It's about 1 kilometer from my home. Okay. All right. Daniel Tarasov says, mainly there are plenty of contemporary and affordable sports facilities in my neighborhood. It doesn't take more than 10 minutes to get to the nearest volleyball club by walking and have a whale of a time playing with friends. Okay, good. So in the close vicinity to my home, there are both basketball courts and football pitches at the recreation center located about 3 blocks from my flat. In fact, this is where I played b-ball, which I just mentioned. Okay, so there is your nice high band answer. Okay, repeat after me. So, where can you play ball games in your area? In the close vicinity to my home, there are both basketball courts and football pitches at the recreation center located about 3 blocks from my flat. In fact, this is where I played b-ball on Saturday, which I just mentioned. B-ball is another way to say basketball, okay? We shorten it to b-ball. And again, I'm answering, explaining, giving example, using quantitative language, 3 blocks, okay? I'm using correlative language, both basketball courts and football pitches, all right? So, Sukru is asking, is this really an authentic way that we use language for real? Yeah, Sukru, it is. If you learn not just English, but quality communication, then you should also learn to use language in this way. Now, remember, students, Sukru, that's a really good question. Like, is this really natural? Would you really speak like that to your friend? I would, just because I teach this all the time. But you should as well. So always work to improve your communication. For the IELTS speaking, you're not just speaking your everyday kind of English, because you have about 12 to 15 minutes to prove that you can speak English very, very well. Okay? So because of that, you have to be more expressive than usual. Okay? You have to show more English than you would otherwise. All right? Okay, students, so let's go to the next question. Why do you think people like to play with a ball? Okay, so give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. Why do you think people like to play with a ball? Okay. Dicey sub. Let's see. Lots of answers coming up, which is great. Dicey SPB says, people like to play such games because it's not only strengthening the body, but also makes our brain work and requires strategy in order to win. Ferdov says, because it's not only an adrenaline rush, but also the best activity to unwind from the stresses of everyday life, as I played football with my sons and locals last week. Okay. Ferdov's Shuksratov, yes, this video will be on the channel later, so you can take a look at it. Okay. Russian Bear says, well, many people want to release their daily work pressure and get rid of stress, so they find playing ball games is a good way to get out of their usual atmosphere and enjoy their time off. Not days off, but their time off. Okay? Not bad, Russian Bear. Remember, students, don't repeat yourself. So releasing the pressure of daily work and getting rid of stress, it's kind of the same. Okay? It's very similar. So just say one, don't say both. Don't overspeak unnecessarily. All right. Let's see some more answers here. Rodrigo Duarte says, I find that individuals appreciate playing ball games not only to socialize, but also because it helps to keep them fit. This way, people can enjoy life after a stressful day of work or class. When I was younger, I used to play soccer with my cousin Gabrielle every afternoon after class. Nice, Rodrigo. Beautiful answer. Nice, clean grammar. Definitely a high band score. Good job. All right, fantastic. Nicely done. Bassam K says, I think the significant reason people like watching these matches with ball games on TV and playing as well is because they encourage their global clubs, professionals. For me, when I watch Barcelona matches, I feel excited to play football. Okay, Bassam, I'm kind of clear on what you're saying. I think you could express that a little bit better to be more coherent. So watching the games on TV is exciting, and therefore you are encouraged to play the same football game or the same type of game with your friends. Okay. Otabek Abdullaev says, yes, in my opinion, a great number of people fancy playing ball games or games with a ball. Because my house is located near a stadium in my city, every day I see a lot of people playing games with balls. Otabek, the start is very good. The explanation is a little bit confusing. So you want to work on improving your explanation, making sure that it's clear. Roshni Kunte says, that's an interesting question. I believe that people like to play with a ball because it's tricky to handle and can make it even more enjoyable, like juggling 3 to 4 balls at a time. Roshni, not bad. Yeah, so playing with a ball requires hand-eye coordination and skill. This is challenging, and people enjoy such a challenge, right? Rajveer says, as I had just mentioned, playing a ball game such as cricket helps individuals to do both cardio exercise and socialize with their close friends. In India, cricket is played by 40% of the population as a pastime activity. Really nice, Rajveer. That was really nice. I liked how you threw that percentage in there to show that people really like these ball games. Okay? So, yeah, if you can't answer right away, buy some time. That's an interesting question. I've never really thought about it. But now that you ask me, I would say that people enjoy to play with the ball because it is challenging. I mean, it takes a lot of hand-eye coordination, and it's usually a social game played among friends, like football and basketball. All right. Repeat after me. Why do you think people like to play with a ball? That's an interesting question. I've never really thought about it, but now that you ask me, I would say that people enjoy to play with a ball because it's challenging. I mean, it takes a lot of hand-eye coordination, and it's usually a social game played among friends like football and basketball. All right, students, doing fantastic. Next question. Have you ever played any ball games that you are not good at? Give me a nice full sentence answer. Have you ever played any ball games that you are not good at? Okay, let's see. Nithish says it is not only a matter of physical exercise. I think that was for the previous question still. Let's see. Sama Mahmoud says, well, trying an activity you're not sure you're good at is not an easy thing to do. However, I have played many ball games of which I had no former skills, like volleyball and tennis. Sama, start with the second half of your answer, okay? I have played many ball games which I had no former practice with, like volleyball and tennis. And to be honest, I didn't do very well. Okay, the ball kept flying out of the court. So Sama, right to the direct answer, all right? The goal is to go into the direct answer. Anusha Laguni says, definitely yes, I have played football. Okay, just present perfect, Anusha. Let me correct that. So Anusha says, definitely yes, I have played football, which is the most adored game worldwide, but I'm not very good at it. However, I do enjoy watching it. Anusha, you have some critical grammar mistakes there that are very confusing. Try to work on your grammar, okay? Augustine Francis says, yes, I have tried my hand at football and hockey, but I could not keep up with the physical endurance and stamina required for playing these games. Augustine, very good. Football is a ball game. Hockey is not. Hockey is not played with a ball. Hockey is played with a puck. A puck is not a ball. Why? Because it doesn't roll. Okay, if you tried to play soccer with a puck, wouldn't work very well. All right, so remember, keep the topic in mind, students. We're talking about ball games here. All right. Let's see some more. Joya Biswakarma, our member, says, definitely during my school days, I have I have participated in a basketball tournament, and I was not used to this game. I enjoyed playing football, but playing basketball was exciting. However, I didn't perform very well. I didn't score a single basket. Okay, Joya, if basketball is the game that you're focusing on, stay with basketball, okay? Clearly explain that you have played ball games you're not very good at. Specifically, you're thinking of basketball, and you had a school tournament where you had to participate. However, you didn't perform very well. You didn't shoot a single basket. You turned the ball over 5 times, okay? So stay with the topic. I do like how many of you are catching the grammar here, and that's present perfect. Okay? That's good. And that's good. Hikmatillo says, yes, certainly I have tried playing volleyball with friends at school, even though I'm not good at it. This ball game is magnificent, but it takes a lot of skill and practice. All right, Hikmatillo, again, stay on topic, right? So, yes, I have. I tried playing tennis a couple of years back, as it looks really fun, but I soon came to realize that I'm terrible at it. In fact, I remember chasing balls for most of the day until my friend and I finally gave up and went for some ice cream instead. All right. So here we go. Repeat after me. Have you ever played any ball games that you are not good at? Yes, I have. This shows right away to the examiner that you picked up on the present perfect in this question. So yes, I have. I tried playing tennis a couple of years back, as it looks really fun, but I soon came to realize that I'm terrible at it. In fact, I remember chasing balls for most of the day until my friend and I finally gave up and went for some ice cream instead. All right, students, that is it for today. Do not give up on your IELTS studies, as I have given up on tennis. In fact, that's not true. I do love playing tennis, although I'm not very good at it. Stay with it. Stay focused. And again, students, make sure to join our premium packages at aehelp.com for academic IELTS, gieltshelp.com for general. Both of those websites, we have loads of HD videos, interactive courses, applications for your phone, as well as original practice exams. We are world leaders in IELTS test preparation. So hopefully we can help you as well. Thank you for watching today. Tomorrow I will be back with Task 1 Academic Writing for members and Task 2 Writing, where everybody will be able to chat. I hope that you all were able to take some useful information away from this class. Again, remember, coherence is key for success. Focus on direct answers, explanations, examples with quantitative language. Thanks for hanging in there. Hopefully I will see all of you tomorrow. Bye for now. Much love from the heart of Europe, the capital city of Hungary, Budapest.